Oh, hey. What's going on? Oh, my God. Comment in the chat from Jay Caro, who writes the following. Can Brendan Little share the cab with Brad Treliving out of town? Funny joke, because for Brendan Little to leave town, the Jays would have to acknowledge they've made a bullpen mistake. And we all know that doesn't happen. Hit the
It's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It's Sid. It's Tuesday, March the 31st. Again, don't have to check my phone for the date. I'm aware of what's going on this week. I'm Sid. We're live on X. We are live on YouTube. And to everyone listening to the pod, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. Quick story. Not that long ago in my career, I was working with about a year left on my contract. I may have told the story on the show before. And you kind of start to get a feeling. That's the best way I can describe it. You start to get a feeling with a year out from your deal that maybe there are folks in the orbit that aren't Sid people. And again, there's a full year out with my contract. And you start to think, like, how is this going to play out? How's this going to work? Do you just kind of sit there and wait for something to happen? Do you play passive with it? Are you aggressive? Do you ask questions? Do you look like the paranoid person? Like, there's a lot of different ways you can go here. And the stance I took very quickly was I'm not going to sit here and just kind of take it. I'm not doing that. So I had some conversations, and one thing leads to another, and I'm out. The alternative of sitting there for a year, or even waiting like any longer for clarity, because that's all I'm talking about here is clarity. Let's have some clarity so I can move on with my life. Other people can move on with their lives. It's fine. No problems at all. But clarity is important. So I sought clarity and I got it. And now my work day is done at 2:00. And it begins at noon. And I'm very happy about that. Brad Treliving basically just did the same thing. Brad Treliving was sitting there knowing full well this is not good. Knowing full well what has gone on in this market is unacceptable 9 ways to Sunday. From strategy with the lottery pick potentially, the tank, the Bruins first rounder that's yours right now but could be theirs pretty soon, all of it. Trades, results, all of it. None of this has been good. And within the last 24 to 48 hours, all you read and all you heard from everybody, Dreger, Friedge, Kipper, from everybody, was Keith Pelly's making calls. And Keith Pelly is seeking other opinions. And Keith Pelly's meeting with this person. And Keith Pelly is meeting with that person. And clearly things are happening. Why they didn't happen most of the year, we'll find out later today maybe when Pelly speaks. But if you're Treliving hearing all of that, at some point enough is enough. You might not like the job I did. You might not care who I am. You might want to turn the page. That's fine. You are not going to take a dump on my head for the next 2 weeks and have me read that. You're not. Keith Pelly was not careful with these conversations he was having. They were getting out very quickly. Very quickly. And Brad Treliving wanted some clarity because he at the minimum, as a professional, you deserve clarity. And he got it. And that's what led to last night. That's what led to the Maple Leafs in this bizarre season adding a bizarre cherry on the bizarre Sunday. Firing a GM with 8 games to go. If you were a real team, you fire your GM early like Buffalo did. And then you're off to the races. But no, the Leafs can't do anything straightforward. They're trying to gear up to beat up Radko Gudas, which didn't really happen, with all due respect. I'll get to that in a second. But that's all last night was. Brad Treliving of the Leafs wanted to know what the deal is, and finally he was told. Brad Treliving fired last, unless you've been living under a rock and didn't know that, Brad Treliving's no longer GM of the Leafs, as they made the announcement an hour and 15 minutes ahead of puck drop in Anaheim between the Leafs and the Ducks. And Keith Pelly released the following statement. Throughout the course of this season, there have been deep analysis into both the current state of the Maple Leafs organization and the direction needed to achieve the ultimate goal of delivering a Stanley Cup championship to the city. Brad Treliving is a man that we all have deep respect and appreciation for, both as a hockey executive and as a person. But it was determined that the club must chart a new course under different leadership. The organization is grateful for all that Brad has contributed in his nearly 3 years with the Maple Leafs. And we wish him and his family all the very best. That is the statement. Polite in nature, succinct in tone that they released last night. So here we are with the Leafs. 11 points out of a wild card, 17 points out of a division playoff spot. They are still 4 points away from fifth bottom, where they can improve their odds to keep that first round pick, which is top 5 protected. And the speculation that is running rampant right now in the city of Toronto, and again, we'll find out more from Keith Pelley coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern. He's scheduled to speak today. I have no idea what he's going to say. I feel like it's going to be we're in the process of reevaluating buffet. That's what he's going to be saying. Now, I think Leaf fans, especially season ticket holders, are owed a little bit more than that. They're owed, do we think we can compete next season or not, from Keith Pelley. That's what I think they're owed. Kind of a big point. Are you tanking, rebuilding, or not? Or are you going to stay in the middle and be inept? What's the plan? Keith, you're the boss. This ain't European golf. This is hockey in Toronto. It's a bit more serious here. What's the deal? Are you competing next season or not? So I have no idea what he's going to say. No idea. And for a guy who initially said he didn't want to make a habit of having press conferences in the city, I believe this is his 4th with the Leafs. I believe this is his 4th. I could be wrong. Forgive me, but there was a Brendan Shanahan fired press conference recently. There's going to be one today. There's the one initially where he said, we're not here to sell jerseys. We're here to win championships. Maybe it's just the 3rd. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it's just the 3rd. And today, another press conference from Keith Pelley. So the question is, so who gets this job? Who gets this job? Either GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs, president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, which 2 people get it, or who takes both and says, I'm just going to take both titles and report right to Ed Rogers and Tony Staffieri. Who's going to do that? Pelley won't allow that. Allow the politics of MLSE to continue. And you're hearing the usual names. Doug Armstrong is one that comes up a lot. He's not going to be the GM in St. Louis after this season, but he's still contractually signed to them. I'm hearing a lot of Doug Armstrong. Do you know how many playoff series St. Louis have won since their Stanley Cup? Guess. Doug Armstrong's running the team. How many playoff series have the St. Louis Blues won after their 2019-2020 Cup run? One. I think the Leafs have more. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won more first-round series than Doug Armstrong since he won the Cup. Since essentially Pietrangelo kind of left town. Didn't he just lose the gold medal game? That was Doug Armstrong, right? Someone explain to me what the hell Doug Armstrong's going to do in this city. I am so tired with the hotshot guy who's past his prime from an executive level being thrown everything. Happened with Brian Burke. Shanahan wasn't that guy, but he worked for the league and he was a name. Nonis was here. We've done this, right? We've done the general manager who had a lot of success in an American city that cares about hockey, 1/48th of which the way they care about hockey up here. They won a cup somewhere with no pressure. So we think they can come here. How's that worked out? How did that work out in Leafs history? Stop feeding me the Doug Armstrong thing. Stop it. And the Jim Nill thing was very similar in Dallas. Jim Nill has done great things in Dallas. They don't care about hockey down there. They do not. And just a few moments before we came on air, we can also say you can scratch Jim Nill off the list. Elliot Friedman reporting that Dallas, within seconds of hearing the Leafs are on the market for a GM and president, have locked up their guy, Jim Nill. a guy who does actually win first-round series consistently and gets in the playoffs in a very tough division. So the Dallas Stars says, no pas de Jim Nill. You're not going to get Jim Nill from us. So scratch that off the list. I wasn't the biggest fan anyway. Hotshot American hockey executive with no pressure in their market aside from 9 people coming up here. That has never worked. Ever. So, some of you may be asking, Sid, so who do you think should get this gig? And I'm not going to say Chris Pronger. Some of you may be expecting Chris Pronger. I'm not going to say Chris Pronger. Ali Bear in the chat brings up a good point. Dubas was supposed to be the opposite of that. He was. And allow me to go down this road. Because I think that framework is sound. It's just at the end of the day, Shanahan and Dubas couldn't stand each other. Didn't start out that way and ended that way. Power plays happen. Negocios and negocios. Business is business. But this is what I think the Leafs have to. Pelly cannot handle the presidency of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He played president for 8 months. Disaster. It was a disaster. In fact, he spent half of that time buying an American second-rate striker for MLS transfer record money while he was doing that as well. So disaster in 2 organizations. Not just the Leafs, Toronto FC. And again, find me the other show talking about Toronto FC in this city. That's not specific to Toronto FC. You're welcome, Toronto FC. You're welcome. But the Dubas-Shanahan framework, like we need to look back at it in terms of what it was meant to do. The end result, let's put it aside if we can, because I didn't like it either. That framework in this city, I believe in this moment, is exactly what has to happen. If you want to bring in your Doug Armstrong, if you want to bring in some other executive, that's fine as a president. Someone who knows that game a little bit. I'm fine with that. But they also need, like, you need to get the assistant GM in Tampa or Florida and make them your Kent Hughes. Like, what the Montreal Canadiens have done is perfect. Perfect. And I know some Leaf fans don't want to hear this. You're going to hear this. Not only are the contracts super smart, not only have the trades been good, not only has the drafting been good, they have a president now, and when Jeff Gorton leaves in how many years, they have another one. Kent Hughes will be ready for that gig if he wants it. And I believe looking at this Leafs team and the roster, and we're going to go down the line as the show goes on to remind you of how much of a bowl of diarrhea this is contractually. You need to look at 2 eras of presidents if you're going to do this. That's how long this is going to take to unwind the clock. It's not one person. This is going to be stages. You need a president because Pelly can't do it, clearly. And you're going to need a GM under the president to one day take over for the GM who still knows the plan. You need that now. The Habs have done it. The Leafs tried to do it with Dubas and Shanahan. Egos got in the way and way too much coddling. The Habs have their framework for a while in theory, unless something haywire goes on. To me, that has to happen. Assuming Doug Armstrong comes in here and in 2 years undoes this damage, it's not fair to any executive. I don't think you guys understand how bad this is. I think some of you do. I don't think all of you do. I'm still seeing stuff online. Good win last night. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's what I think has to happen. Do I have the obvious names off the top of my head? I do not. I guarantee you Pelly doesn't. Guaranteed. But I think it's less about the people and it's more about the structure, because I don't want to specifically quote another former Leaf here, but I think it's apropos. There is pain coming. You have no picks, prospects, or short-term deals. There is pain coming. and you have non-competes on top of it, there is pain coming. You need a team of individuals, 2 people who aren't simpatico, who aren't out to shiv each other like they're Julius Caesar, and work this now for the next decade. You heard me right. Decade. Decade. I can't believe I'm going to say this. You need a Shapiro and Atkins. You need 2 guys who trust each other right now. Right now. Right now. Pelly didn't trust Treliving. Treliving didn't trust the people around him. Shanahan didn't trust Dubas's people. Dubas didn't trust Shanahan. It's buried the organization. Buried the organization. You need Kent Hughes, Jeff Gordon. You need Shapiro and Atkins. I don't care what you think of either. They work together. The Leafs are in the spot they're in because people have been protecting their asses in this city for 40 years and have not worked together. That has to end. So help everyone if Pelly's of a similar mind space. This will never end if that's the case. I've seen him bring people together. I've seen him do it. He's a little over his skis right now in terms of being president of a hockey team, but he can fix that with the proper people. That's what I think has to happen here. I don't have the specific names. I don't. Because this situation is so messed up. I think whoever comes in and the person below them needs a lot of grace, guys. You don't want to hear that? They need it. This was a tire fire. Before the end of the show, Azzo and I will go through every trade and signing Treliving made since 2023. You are going to throw your lunch up. Someone okayed them. You're going to throw your lunch up. The prospects won't take as long. There's like 1, maybe. But we're going to go through all of them. And we're going to go through the non-competes. And by the end of the show, you're going to realize this is some heavy lifting here. Never mind what's currently going on in that room, which I have a lot of thoughts on after last night. So I think that's what they have to do. President, GM below the president, who are as tight as Mark and Ross, as tight as Jeff and Kent. It's not easy to find in professional sports. Everyone's out for themselves. It's tough. Shelf lives are not long. But Ed Rogers is now seeing this with Rogers. If you have some continuity, you might get there with the Jays. You nearly got there with the Jays. And if they decide to admit a mea culpa or 2 in the bullpen, they will get there. Jays aren't World Series champions today because of their bullpen. And not just one guy. It's the lack of trust in the others. They weren't far. But they're working well together, Mark and Ross, because they always have. They trust each other. Now has to be about trust. I don't want the big name coming in here swinging his you-know-what because he happened to do well in a market where they ask for a radio interview from him once every 3 months. I don't want the next Jim Rutherford. Jim Rutherford's a disgrace in that city and has ruined that franchise, along with Francisco Aquilini. The Canucks are the worst professional franchise in the country. The worst. For a lot of reasons. Enough of this. The Jays and the Habs have shown you it's not that difficult to just stabilize the situation. You cannot win if everyone's out to stab the other. You can't. So that's what I think has to happen. Keith Pelly scheduled to speak today, president of MLSC at 2 o'clock. I don't know what he's going to say. Don't expect much. But clarity on next season, listen, everything I just said, if he goes, I think we can compete next year, that's the sound of me wiping my hands. Because there's no bringing this back. There's no bringing this back. You have to crush souls to get out of non-competes. Crush souls. You have to Jacob Trouba a lot of people on this roster and embarrass them out of town. Can be done. It's not nice. Can be done. Pelly didn't sign the deals. What does he care? He doesn't care. I don't care how respected Morgan Riley is. I don't care how respected John Tavares is. I I don't care if Nylander can't string 2 sentences together. It's not my problem. Get him out of town. Now. Get him out of town. Enough of this garbage. Out of town. I got to watch a bunch of guys trying to hit their 30-goal bonus last night when losing should be the priority. And I feel good about that. I'm going to feel good about that. That's the leadership in this organization right now. I got to feel good about that. Good for you, John Tavares. You're going to hit another bonus. Good for you. I haven't even mentioned 34. Haven't even mentioned 34. So the other question I have right now is, so you let Brad Treliving run a trade deadline knowing he's dead man walking. Well, that's a great idea. The funny part is, also from the statement last night with the Leafs, no interim GM. Pridham, all those guys, don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. What do they have, like 13 assistant GMs in Toronto? Don't get comfortable. I didn't hear one person mentioned in that. The Leafs are legitimately sans GM. Bo Gru can go wherever he pleases. No one can do anything about it. He'll make up his own decisions on where he's reporting. So you let a GM run the deadline in Treliving, and you fired him less than a month later. Why is Craig Barube still here? Why? Look, I'm going to play you. This is the longest clip we've played for you in the history of the show, but I thought it was extremely relevant in this moment. Craig Barube was asked a lot of questions and quite frankly fielded all of them last night after the game in Anaheim about Treliving, the guy who hired him. Craig Barube knows he's done. I want you to listen to this and explain to me how he goes into the next game Thursday, I believe it's Thursday against San Jose, as the coach of this team. When after last night, I'm seeing him yelling at Wes McCauley. I believe it was Wes McCauley about a too many men on the ice penalty. He's trying to win every game. The Leafs are nonsensical. They're nonsensical. They need a top 5 pick. It's non-negotiable. I don't care if next year's and the year after go to Boston and Philly. You need one now. You need something now. And he's trying to win the game. Nylander played 23 minutes last night, getting his bonuses. Tavares played 21 minutes, getting his bonuses. See how happy Tavares was to score? Elated. Nothing brings more joy to John Tavares, and not sticking up for a teammate. That's the other thing that brings him joy. Listen to this from Barube last night. He shook after his friend got fired. He knows what's coming to him. How does he continue behind the bench? This was Craig Barube.
What was that for you to have to deliver the message?
Yeah, very difficult. Feel for Brad and his family, and you never like to hear that or see that, and it was tough.
John said it was shocking. Like, how did you process it? How surprising was it, I guess, for you?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's still difficult right now for me. But that's the business, and that's what happens. We didn't live up to expectations this year, and that's what happens.
He's the one that gave you this opportunity here in this city. How do you view his tenure as GM? What do you think he added to the team?
Well, we like a lot. We were close last year. We didn't succeed, but we were right there. That's a tough question, to be honest with you. I mean, he gave me an opportunity here, and I feel like we let him down this year.
How did you?
What's that? What do you say to him? Well, I tell him what happened. I mean, I think it was coming out, so I wanted to let the team know because it's, they're going to know anyhow, and I thought it would be best coming from me, and it's like. It's tough. It's a tough situation for sure. But this is the business you're in, and you got to be professionals and go out and perform.
Given what's happened, how are you concerned about your future in the season?
I don't think about it, guys. I mean, I really don't. Like you probably think I'm bullshitting you, but I'm not. I mean, I feel for Brad right now and his family. That's what I feel right now.
What did you appreciate about working with him? What did you enjoy about working with him?
Great to work with. Great communication throughout every day. Great person to be around. He was a lot of fun to work with for me as a coach. We wanted to build something here, and we did last year. Like I said, we were right there, but we didn't succeed. And this year we obviously dropped off. I don't know what to say, guys. I feel for him and his family right now.
The drop off. Is there anything you feel you could have done, or the players could have done to prevent that drop off?
Well, yeah. I mean, we didn't. We battled and got ourselves, but the Olympic break and coming out of the Olympic break, that's what still bothers me more than anything. I think we battled pretty good to get to where we were, and with different things, situations that went on throughout the season, injuries and other things. But we put ourselves in a good spot going into the Olympic break, and just coming out of it, we were, we didn't perform well enough, obviously, to put ourselves in a better position. And I thought. We worked hard and on the break and got ourselves prepared, but didn't translate to the ice.
No, it did not. Jay Caro in the chat, no Azo time check, 30 minutes. Azo will be coming on here momentarily. You're still there, right, Azo?
I'm here.
Okay. Someone else in the chat, I want to give them credit. I'm sorry. I was looking dead into a camera there for about 30 minutes, which I'm sure most broadcasters can do.
True.
Somebody, forgive me, I can't name check you. Somebody said clearly the next president and GM duo of the Leafs, J and PB. That's pretty damn good.
Saw that too.
That you saw that. So first off, he sounds like he's done. I don't see how Pelly just lets Barube get through the day either. Like, just rip the Band-Aids, plural, off. That's rough to listen to at times. That's a tough dude, but that was rough to listen to. How do you throw him out there today or tomorrow talking about getting ready for the Sharks? Like, how do you do that with Barube? And if we're getting down to it, statistically, most players on this team have cratered under Craig Barube. Craig Barube has been awful. And Craig Barube was bailed out by two names last year, Stolars and Wall. Check that, 3 names. Tanev. 3 names bailed him out last year. We'll talk about the Tanev contract momentarily. He has been awful running this team in this city. Awful. And I understand you have a style, and I understand you want to project that style. If you have not been given the players for that style, you either stay where you are and don't move, or try and move and adjust. There was a guy who took over Manchester United about a year ago, a Portuguese manager named Ruben Amorim. He played a system, 3 center backs and 2 wingers. A lot of teams apply this across Europe. It's pretty successful if you have the wingers. Manchester United didn't have the wingers. And Manchester United barely had enough central defenders to play the 3. It was a disaster. Ruben Amorim had a system and he wasn't moving from it. He leaves, Michael Carrick takes over, and they're winning games. They're like 3rd in the English Premier League. Your system in certain areas of the sport can succeed. You need the players. If you don't have the players, you're dead. Barube never had the players to dump and chase and play a heavy game like that. Ever. They got outshot 85% of the time. They never had the puck. Corsi, like Norsey. Like nothing. Nothing's there. There is no possession. And he never adjusted. And on top of that, he had no accountability. Nylander, 23 minutes last night. Tavares, 21 minutes last night. Yay! John Tavares got his 27th or whatever. Yay! Nice hitting your bonuses. Congratulations. I hope you get to 30, both of you. I do. Priorities. Here's what I want to see happen. A president and a GM who are a team. A president and GM who respect each other publicly and privately. A president and GM, whether things are going well or not going well, there's no BS. No power plays, nothing. It's tough. It's tougher than it sounds, but it's doable. Between the baseball team in the city and the hockey team 6 hours down the road in Montreal, it's doable. And on top of that, Barube needs to be so far away from Scotiabank he forgets the address. And you find the best young junior hockey coach in this country and you bring them in. And you bring in fresh eyes on this and the next generation of minds. Not old retreads over and over and over in this market because they're a big name that costs money and it makes you feel good in a board meeting. Risk is a big term and it means different things. We're going to see how risky Keith Pelly's about to get because fortune will favor the brave in this world. It happens. Enough of this. This is amateur hour. You want to look like a professional organization, then start acting like it. The Jays are lapping you down the street. Figure it out. And the Raptors are 2 better moves away from doing the same thing. And that's basically all Keith Pelly has to do. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Hello, Sid. What a day.
Flipping A. Tyler Heineman for GM. There's a lot
Since
of
he bails everybody out of everything.
He's the fixer. He's the what's the Pulp Fiction guy? The Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
The Wolf. He is Tyler Heineman is the Wolf of the Toronto Blue Jays. I like it. Where do you want to start with this? Where
I don't even know.
I just
seems to be. Do you think Pelly wishes he would have hired a president? Because now he's straight in the firing line. Like now he's put himself on the hot seat right away. After telling us last year how much he trusted these two with their hockey knowledge and what they do.
I think considering Treliving was still signed for 2 full seasons, I think it was a difficult time to bring in a president, if I'm being honest about it. Because what if, so then you're in the same cycle.
Yeah.
So the president doesn't like Treliving. Then
no,
what?
but a good hockey mind,
but a good,
let's not forget this team did have 106, 108 points last year. I don't know. Did that give them more faith? 108 points last year.
Goaltending.
Yeah.
Goaltending. Tanev. Tanev's gone. Goaltending wasn't as great. Look what they look like. They're embarrassing. Yeah. So you need the 36-year-old who doesn't have a core to come in and save your ass in Chris Tanev. That's what you need.
One defensive injury. Yeah.
That's the concrete foundation that you have built. A 36-year-old Chris Tanev goes down. Yeah. And you look like an American Hockey League franchise.
Yep. The season crumbles.
It's incredible to me.
It is.
What do you expect from again, Keith Pelly speaking at 2 today? We are going to duck out normally when we duck out. I kind of want to save the Pelly for tomorrow.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I don't think Pelly's going to say a ton here. I got to be honest with you. I'm not.
He's going to be in defense mode, right?
What do you? Sorry, my initial question to you was, what do you think Pelly says today, Azza?
Does he make a statement? Does he take questions?
See, I don't. Yeah, I'm not aware if this is like a formal sit down kind of dais press conference.
I think he's just
scrumming. Is he just scrumming? If he's scrumming, those can get way more interesting.
Right.
Way more interesting.
Right, because you can be hammered with questions.
Yes.
I think he just explains why now. Was the trade deadline a test for Treliving that he didn't pass? I don't know.
I think Treliving kicked up a you-know-what storm over the last 48 hours.
Oh, for sure.
As would I.
But then it's also weird that he wasn't around the team as much, right? And maybe something like the Bruce Cassidy firing, Like that kind of, to me, that might have put it in motion, because maybe Treliving tries to get him and say, hey, should we have a conversation about this?
It's an interesting theory in that this came 24 hours, or technically 27 or 28 hours after Vegas fired Bruce Cassidy with 8 games to
It's
go.
a little bit more, right?
Well,
I guess
I'm
pretty
trying to do
similar.
the Sunday afternoon thing and extrapolate.
No, but if he wants to start a conversation about the coach, like, could this guy work for us? And they're like, hey, you know what? Let's not talk about this. And then again, like you said, we heard all these rumblings of Pelly having all these conversations. You don't think that's going to get back to Brad? Brad knows people in every circle too. He's been around hockey for so long. He's going to hear about that.
But we all heard about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we heard about it, Brad heard about it.
It's not like Treliving was getting this whispered in his ear.
No.
Every insider in the city was talking about it.
Right.
That's the part of this that almost concerns me the most, is how Pelly was like a clumsy rhino in those conversations. Like, there was no stealth in it at all. Like, those conversations got out. It wasn't smart for those conversations.
Maybe you just believed Treliving when he took full accountability after the deadline.
You know what? You know why it wasn't smart? Because Jim Nill just got an extension.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be really smart about this, you keep your mouth shut and make sure all these other National Hockey League organizations.
But once you start talking to people,
but who do you talk to? Yeah. Like, what Dallas just did is a devastating thing for the Leafs, because now other teams may start doing
it too.
In a world where the Nashville Predators are also looking for people who are to run their organization. Like, the Leafs are not the only organization on the block here looking for quality executives. Young, inexperienced,
and by the end of the
whoever.
season, like, is that why they did it now? Because by the end of the season, there's going to be even more people like that looking for replacements for whoever they let go.
Mario in the chat: Pronger for president, Hunter for GM.
Yeah,
I'm less about this Pronger thing than I used to be. Yeah. I'm less about it.
And the Hunters, like, then what? We're just going back. Like, what do you expect from the Hunters? Just make tougher teams? Like, they have been running on. I'm not fully against it.
But the Hunters have never. Correct me if I'm wrong. They've never run a National Hockey League organization like this. Correct?
I'm under that impression.
They've never like that. No. That is a name. Like, are you telling me the Hunters don't know the top 10 young head coaches in the Canadian Hockey League?
Oh yeah,
of course they do.
Sure,
of course they do. Like, I just feel like there's something the Leafs can be doing here that you are seeing with other franchises that could work. John Schneider, for everything John Schneider is at times, he's won a lot of games in 3 years in Major League Baseball. And he was out of nowhere hire. Martin St. Louis, out of nowhere hire in Montreal. Experienced guys up top, relatively.
Yeah.
Kent Hughes knows the game pretty well. He's an agent, but, like, he knows the game.
Oh, of course.
Out of nowhere hire. We're gonna retread again in Toronto, and we think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No, I hate that concept with all these recycled names.
I'm not here for it, man.
Somebody with pedigree, this and that. Like, to your point, Doug Armstrong just doesn't really do it for me. Like you said, what have they done? So he has a Stanley Cup. What have they done since then? Have you looked at his trade history? Because all I remember from the Blues for the last few years is they're going to trade all these, and then they don't end up trading them.
No.
And they're okay with going after the number 8 slot in the playoffs.
Right.
Is that where you want the Leafs to be? And he's 61. Like, he's turning 62. Is he going to be around for, if it takes 10 years to fully rebuild this? Like, and don't give me the Team Canada stuff, because anybody can put together.
Listen, I'm seeing a lot of Haley Wickenheiser, because the assistant GMs are plentiful in the Leafs organization. I'm seeing Haley Wickenheiser, Shane Doan, Pridham. Guys, no assistant Leafs GM was mentioned in that statement from Pelly last night.
Yeah.
I think everyone's getting blown out.
And there's a report that anybody tied to Treliving might be on the outs too.
I think everyone's getting blown out, because whoever this is the
they have
part,
to bring in their own people.
If you're going to do this properly, no more old guard leaks to the media buddies.
No, but people on different pages.
I don't care who you are.
You need everybody on the same page.
If you're going to bring in people in this organization to start fresh, because Lord knows they need it, then let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who's nice. I don't care who's great. I don't care who's professional. This organization has failed at every turn. Failed. It's time for new eyes. I don't care who they are. It's time for new eyes. But the setup has to be in simpatico. President supports the coach, who supports the GM, or it's the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that has to be a unit.
No, they have to be on the same page.
That has to be a unit. Yeah. This team for years have been operating as silos. Shanahan did his own thing.
I agree.
Dubas tried to do his own thing. Keefe also tried to do his own thing until Marner got mad in the media, and then he took it back.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing their own thing. It has failed over and over again. Yeah. You cannot do that.
And the guy you're bringing in with somebody else telling him what to do, you put him in a tough spot.
I would blow out everyone associated with this front office right now. I'm serious. I'd blow all of them out. Good luck in your future endeavors. What has Pridham done in this city?
But listen,
What the hell has that guy done in this city to warrant anything? They have won 1 first-round series in my lifetime, 2 with the Sens last year. What the hell has that guy done in this city?
No, but do your thanks Brendan thing too, because he's forcing them to make these moves. Like, I'm sure Treliving would have made all those moves if he came in with a clean slate. Like, Brad wasn't put into the best situation. I know we're going to go over all this stuff.
We are.
But, like, he kind of had his back up against it, being forced to make moves that he wouldn't do, but something to try and change it up.
The only thing he was forced to do, let's be fair about it, the only thing he was forced to do in the moment, which is unforgivable, but it wasn't his call, was to not trade Marner before the no movement kicked in. Because he was 2 weeks away from it, or whatever it was. That's the only part of this I will not blame Treliving. That is 100% Brendan Shanahan.
But that would have been the game. That would have been the game changer.
Oh, yes.
But that's what I'm saying. That starts the snowball to go down. And then you're being forced to make moves. And then you lose Marner for nothing. And then you got to try and fill that void with multiple guys. And you're giving out contracts here and bringing Tavares back. Like, I think it started on a downward spiral and then it just snowballed out of control and it couldn't do it more. But why is it always the same guys like Doug Armstrong and Jim Nill?
Because hockey fans in this city know Leafs. They don't know hockey.
But why isn't Kevin Adams being here? Or like, that's a hockey name. Or Rob Blake or Mark Bergevin.
But Kevin Adams.
You know where Mark Bergevin
I love Kevin Adams. He was... God, they didn't do anything.
Oh, look at him this year.
But I don't know what that is.
I know.
Boston might lose, or Buffalo might lose in 4 games first round, for all we know.
So the one that intrigues me that I've seen thrown out there is that Brett Peterson guy he's an AGM with Florida. And at first I hated it because I don't want to steal anybody from the Panthers.
Any AGM from Florida and Bill Zito or from Tampa with Julien Brisebois, let me know where we can have the dinner or the lunch. I will talk to you. I will fly down.
You know what else Brett Peterson
I'll go to you.
You know, he was the GM of the 2026 U.S. Olympic team.
They did pretty well from what I heard.
They were okay. So if you're going to talk about Doug Armstrong, why aren't we talking about this guy? And he has his head in analytics, huh?
Let's talk about this guy.
Yeah, I like at first I was like, I don't know. It seems weak to go after Florida's guys, but like the more I read about this guy, the more I like it.
You know what else I'm noticing is, and this goes for all GMs in Canada, they do like listen to us a lot, the media, and read everything. Find me 3 guys as a coach, GM, and president who act like the media is San Jose. Like it's not there.
No.
Like easier said than done, but you need people like that. You need borderline psychos who just I don't care what you say about me on social media. We need people who do not read their own press, who do not, and I don't know if penalties like that, but like that in this city and Vancouver and Montreal and all that, like Kent Hughes and those guys, it feels like, and they got to deal with more press than anyone in 2 languages. Yeah. Well, at least Kent Hughes does, and St. Louis does. But like, you got to have people who don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
And all they've done is hire people who care about that. And they want to protect the players, and they want to protect this, and they want to protect. Ignore it. Yeah. You have to.
Well, in this market, you have to.
You will not win anything in this town unless you ignore it. Yeah. You think Ross Atkins listens to anything? What gives you that impression that Mark and Ross listen to most things?
And he'll talk his way out of it in a circle or just tell you trust the process. And look at it. That process ended up working out when people were ready to run him out of town.
I think there's a way you can do this. I believe that. There's a way you can do hockey in the city where you can get to a conference final and maybe a cup final. And dare I say win it. But it can't.
But there's a lot of legwork.
There's
so much. And your hands are tied.
Okay, can we stay on Treliving for a sec?
Sure.
Because we got a lot of sound from the Leafs' most important and highest paid players, aside from Matthews, obviously. So basically, it sounded like Barube went in the room before the pregame skate and said, by the way, Tree's been fired. Go get him.
What'd you make of the time?
It was idiotic. Because I think it was.
But what do you believe? Because Treliving forced their hand, or they were scared it was going to leak? They were planning to do it
I think
today?
A, Treliving forced their hand. B, Friedge and Kipper, who were about to go on air once that Jays game ended, were going to break the story. Friedge did break the story. Kipper kind of broke it during his own show, actually.
He talked about how there was rumors.
The first tweet I saw was Friedge.
No, it was.
So, the only reason they announced it last night was because it was getting announced by someone else. That's how that worked. Again, not the most organized thing I've ever seen. And Treliving was kind of pissed.
But how long do you think they would have held? Till today? So they would have fired him 7 games left instead of 8. Like
That's a
I
good.
just,
That's a good question.
You know what I
don't-
mean?
I don't know the answer.
Were they trying to get to the end of the year, or like did Treliving actually force their hand?
Oh, they were.
with
they
7 or
were
8 games left.
They were 100% trying to get to the end of this. And then, as Kipper said in his article, they were going to have like an NFL Black Monday and take care of everybody. And Treliving's like, I'm not doing that. I'm finding my next job, wherever that is, if there is one.
Well, yeah.
No, but I like it.
No, I agree.
The Leafs did not make any conscious decision last night. They were forced.
Well, it was weird that he wasn't around this team much, right? Like when the Austin thing happened, he wasn't around.
What
them.
really bothered me was when Austin got cheap shotted and he was off.
But he was out scouting.
What the hell does that mean?
Was he trying to rebuild the Marlies too?
By the way, another reason why every assistant GM on this team should be fired immediately with this. Name me the Leafs' top prospects. Name me the Leafs' top prospects.
Yeah, well, we know them.
Exactly.
Easton, Danford, whatever.
But Danford's not even.
He's not even going to know.
a
But
top
he's
prospect.
not a difference maker.
No. I'm seeing Barry Trotz. I'm seeing Jeff Tambellini. Guys. Picking a name you knew once is not going to get you where you want to go. The Leafs have to think about this very differently. Very differently. Okay? They either take the proper risks here and be patient with it, or they're dead. This franchise is going to get lapped. And people stop me. Like, I can't believe anyone says one day may not show up to games. This is very important what's about to happen here. It can't be retreads. It can't be retreads, guys.
They need a brain trust.
This has to be a unit that is isolated amongst the 3 of them in this city. The way Schneider, Ross, and Mark are with the Jays.
Yeah.
The way St. Louis, Kent Hughes, and Jeff Gorton are with the Montreal Canadiens. Do you think they cared in Montreal that people laughed at that hiring of Martin St. Louis? Do you think they cared? They didn't care at all. And they were right. Heaven forbid you stand by your convictions. Heaven forbid. Do it. Now's the time. Do it. Hell is on the horizon. Make a move now and bring in a team that is together, or you're finished. You will never get this back. Ever.
But I'd also argue with you that they're in a tough space to do that. Because what are you doing with Austin? Like, again, I know I don't want to harp on the Austin thing. We're going back and forth. But are you going to bring in a coach that's going to try and like excel him and get him back to where he was when really you only have a year to kind of figure out where he's at? Like the fact that Treliving only did get not even a full 3 seasons for this, it's kind of crazy, man.
Doc in the chat. So the new coach has to be someone we've never heard of before. Now that's a take. Yeah, good point. Bring in Pete DeBoer.
I know, but
do me a favor. Bring in
but
Bruce
hold
Cassidy.
on.
See what that does. Please bring him in.
Okay. So my point with the coach is, but are you bringing a guy who is established in this league to try and get the best out of Willie and Austin, or are you building for the future, even though they don't have any prospects, to try and build them up?
That's why Pelly today is kind of important. Pelly today has to give some kind of indication on whether or not they think they're competitive next year. Heaven help them if they think that.
I know.
But contractually, they might be stuck is the point. So you might be looking at the same crew of overpaid, no movement clause stiffs.
Who are all on a cycle
All
of
of
2 to 3 years, which is insane.
But no, bring in Pete DeBoer. Bring in one of the bigger snakes in the league who's thrown more people under buses than we can remember.
Also can't.
Go ahead. Bring in. You want unity?
What's his game 7 history?
Bring in Pete DeBoer. Yeah. Jake Ottinger, not good. Get the hell out of town. Bring in Pete DeBoer. See what Pete DeBoer does. Pete DeBoer's the nice guy in all the interviews around town. Like in Toronto, let me tell you how it works in Toronto. When a coach wants in, and I know Pete DeBoer has done a lot of work in trying to let people know he's not coming for Craig Berube's job. He's been coming for his job the entire time. If you see a coach, a former coach, unemployed, go on any Toronto show or pod, they are angling, and it is very transparent. Whether it's a GM, whether it's a coach, when things are bad and they're appearing on air, you know what the deal is. I wouldn't trust Pete DeBoer with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch the guy. I want someone you've never heard of, who the executives trust, who's smart. That's what I want.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up.
That's what I want.
It's going to take some out-of-the-box thinking to get this team competitive again. Like, again, tell me Doug Armstrong's recent trade history that shows you that he's up for this challenge. And don't point to Team Canada because anybody could pick that roster.
I'm really skeptical Doug Armstrong's up.
No, I don't like it.
I'm very skeptical. I don't know what, like, I'm in the mode where I don't know what I'm looking for, but when I see it, I'll know with the Leafs. I have no name for you.
Yeah.
Like, I do not. Mainly
Well,
because
everything I'm hearing, you're right, though. It's a recycled name list.
I hate the recycled name Toronto thing that goes on in this city. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
All right.
I really do like this Brett Peterson the more I read up on him. So take a look. Maybe we'll have a discussion on him tomorrow.
Oh, a guy with a resume with no name? I'm in. I'm with you.
He was Team USA's GM at these Olympic Games.
I'm with you.
And you haven't heard of him. Like, come on. And he learned from Bill Zito how to make things work. And he has a hand in analytics. He has a hand in player development. Like
Bill Zito, a risk taker.
Yeah. No, but a guy who'll get a roster figured out.
No,
right?
but a risk taker.
Yeah, for sure.
Traded Jonathan. What did Jonathan Huberdeau have? Like 100 assists that year? Some stupid number?
And he finds a way to re-sign the guys. I know it's Florida.
I'll trade you. Okay. Here we go. Let's see how this works. Let's hear from the guys who failed Brad Treliving. Here is John Tavares after the game, who again had a good statistical night and got closer to his bonuses.
You learned about the Treliving news, and what was it like processing that before the game?
Yeah, Chief just told us quickly before warm-up. It's really difficult. It's still hard to understand the grasp of it all, but obviously I think mostly we're just extremely disappointed, I think, as a team. And starting individually, Brad brought us all in here and had a tremendous belief in this group and the men in there, and we just didn't do a good enough job, and that it's very unfortunate that he's been let go, and a tremendous man, tremendous hockey man, and cares about everyone in that locker room and everything he did to try to give us the best possible chance to go out there and compete, put us in the best position to have success, and the belief he had in us. So I know starting as a team and then certainly individually, the disappointment we have that it's come to this.
That was John Tavares after the game last night. The next GM.
Can I be honest with you?
Go ahead.
So part of me thinks they did do it yesterday just to have the guys react in a certain way before this game.
Oh, I think you're giving them way too much credit. Way too much credit. What team?
Because every team, like, kind of when they feel like they got a guy fired, they're going to come out kind of on fire.
But what is the point of being fired up for that game? Like, why?
Well, no, but it was Gudas and it was the Ducks, and they wanted to show.
So
something.
your theory is you'd fire your GM to hype up your team in a nothing game against Radko Gudas?
I'm just trying to make sense why 8 games with the season left and an hour and 15 minutes before the game is insane to me.
Because Friedge was about to break it. Like, I don't.
And the coach has to go in there like an hour before the game and tell these guys that? That's insane.
But what the realization you're coming to, and it's not a realization for you. This is one of the worst run hockey teams in the league. Pelly couldn't have 5 conversations without all of it leaking. You've never called someone discreetly before? Yeah. Figure it out, man.
But once you start talking outside the organization, it's bound to get out. Again, Brad's in all these circles.
But like that Pelly thing now, he can't, like, if he wakes up in the morning and farts, you're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
Like, that guy can't keep anything a secret. Mm-hmm. That's the most concerning part of that to me. So you had like 1 or 2 conversations outside the organization and the entire league's racing to Dreger, Kipper, and Friedge? Are you serious? Holy cow. You're not respected at all if that's happening. Or you need new people to talk to.
It gets people fired and gets people's jobs.
Wow.
Right? Like, it was funny. Kipper and Bourne brought up when Babcock got hired here and how he used the Sabres as leverage for the Leafs. Remember?
No, that's true. You're right.
Like, it is kind of crazy that they could do it. Because who did they say? They said somebody, who was it? Somebody thought they had the Leafs job. He was in the training room or whatever, talking about all the renovations he was going to go. And then the Leafs are upstairs hiring Mike Babcock.
Yeah, they've done that before. Listen, every organization has a bad story.
Yeah.
I will give the Leafs a little bit of grace on that. It happens. But this one...
But I'm with you. It should be a team. It should be a brain trust. And just, like, you kind of got to do it all at once. You do.
See, that's why Barube not being fired today is insanity. He has to be let go today. You heard him. He's done.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's trying to win games.
Yeah.
He's killing you. He's killed you for the entire season. All right, Morgan Riley talking about the Brad Treliving experience.
What was your reaction when you found out about Brad and that news before the game?
Yeah, we haven't had much time to sit with it, so still processing it, and I think in times like these, how I feel is that it's on the players. It's for where we're at in the standings, and things happen when your team's not where you want it to be, and unfortunately, that's the business, and it's too bad.
Is it an uncomfortable feeling just around the room right now with everything?
I mean, like I said, it's pretty fresh. I don't think we've had enough time to just sit with it and really talk about it. We found out just before the game, so we haven't really had a chance to even talk about it. But I mean, how I feel is that, again, in times like these where changes are made, it's ultimately on the players, and it's a business based on results, and that happens on the ice.
How shocking! John called it shocking. Like, how much did it throw you? I guess it was right before warm-ups you found out.
Yeah, something like that. It was during our team meeting just at the start. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
I was Morgan Riley after the game last night. Comment in the chat from Wacky Mink. Keith Pelly today will announce the new president is Keith Pelly. New GM, Keith Pelly. Head coach, Keith Pelly.
Why not?
Why
He's
not?
on the firing line anyway.
Why not? Go across the board with Keith Pelly.
So my only other argument is that you do this now to let people know the job's available, and maybe people start coming in. But you need to hire a GM before you hire a coach. So maybe but they're not going to hire a GM during the season. So even if other coaches get fired that you want to jump on,
they're not going to hire a GM. You let him run the deadline.
Yeah,
to a point. You're
like
hearing now mixed reports of what he was allowed to do and not allowed to do. Like, we're now hearing the Nyes thing was never going to happen. Like, where that report now is, there's a lot of people backtracking that Treliving had that kind of freedom. So I don't know what's true about the deadline. All I know is Treliving was making calls, some of them pretty late, at the deadline, trying to get something for the new best forward in the National Hockey League, Bobby McMahon.
But a guy who didn't have terms, so who cares? Like, I don't know.
To let him run a deadline makes no sense. No one can convince me a well-run organization lets a guy run a deadline on March the 6th and fires him on March the 30th.
Unless
that's not a real organization. You are not a real organization.
Unless they think they learned something from it, and he's not the guy to take him to the off. Like that again, to me, maybe that was the test. That was Pelly putting him through the test after
the test.
Like, no, but less than a year ago, he said he trusted. Again, he gave these guys full confidence, and I know what else was he supposed to do.
So Pelly's thinking is, if you mess up a second straight deadline, you're done.
See if you can get it back for me. Like but last year they were buyers. This year they were sellers.
Correct.
And in order to fix this thing, or even retool as they think they're going to do, you're going to have to be a seller again. Like you're going to have to make some out of the box trades. So maybe you just want to see what he could do at the deadline. I don't know, man. I'm just because it doesn't make sense.
I just think they got. Listen, I'll hear all those theories, Azos, and some of them I kind of agree with. They got yesterday.
Yeah.
Keith Pelly was not as careful as he should have been. And Treliving let everyone know about it. And the insiders in this city were going I think the plan, if the Jays didn't completely have a disaster of a night against the Rockies and Sportsnet were up when they should have been up around 9:30, I think Friedge was coming on air saying he's gone.
Yeah.
Or Kipper. I don't know how that works between them on there. I'm not sure. But I think that was the plan.
But here's the problem. So now let's say other coaches get fired that you think are a good fit for these guys. Like after the day after the season ends. You can't hire one because you don't have a GM. You can't jump on a guy to hire him, a coach.
No.
Because you don't have a GM.
You
got to hire the GM first.
The one thing Pelly can do that can help remotely begin to salvage this is make those decisions very quickly. I don't know if he has it in him. I don't know.
Have to have more conversations.
Have more conversations that leak to the media 5 seconds after you have them. One of the truly emotional moments last night in the Leafs room was William Nylander, and Luke Fox asked him a very good question and basically said to him, listen, this is a guy in Treliving who gave you one of the biggest contracts in franchise history.
Because he did.
Like, how do you feel about that? And this is see if you can keep it together or if you need a tissue when you hear Nylander's 10-second response to this question.
The one that signed you to the long-term deal, your richest contract. How do you look back on his time as running the league?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, great person. I got to know him pretty well, and liked having him here. And it's tough when you see a guy like that go.
What emotion! What emotion from William Nylander. I think that's listening to William Nylander emote while shirtless in the dressing room gives you a sense of true leadership. And really, I think the Leafs are in good hands with both Allstate and William Nylander.
And then he ran over to Treliving and did the hand to the ear thing.
Yes, exactly. now Nylander,
can we just let's call for what it is? Vince screwed or Brett screwed Brett. Willie cares about Willie. That's it.
No kidding. No kidding. I want to go through
even that scrum. That scrum when he hit the goalie yesterday kind of annoyed me.
Where he didn't go over there?
Yeah. He kind of started it and then he just hung out. He picked up a guy's stick. He did nothing.
Nylander doesn't give a damn about anything.
Man.
Nylander, he cares the bonuses. That's what he and Tavares care about. Tavares is no better. Those two are bonus hunting like you've never seen. This is the hardest I've seen Tavares play all season. Hardest I've seen him play all season. That's
because everybody else has slowed down.
Not up for debate. Okay, do you want to go before we even talk Gudas? We haven't talked Gudas.
It doesn't matter. No, it's so weird.
It does to me. You know what? We don't have to run the clips. Let's see what time we're at when we get there. But I want to go through now with you and everyone in the chat the trades and the signings of Brad Treliving since 2023. Do you want to do this?
I guess.
I think it's important we look at this.
If you want to do it, we're going to do it.
Let's do it. All right. So
I thought I couldn't get more depressed. Let's go.
He was hired summer of 2023 is when that all went down with Dubas and blah, blah, blah.
Of course. Which was in itself very
correct.
Bizarre.
His first trade was, remember late in camp when he traded away Sam Lafferty to Vancouver?
Oh, yeah.
For a 5th rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Lafferty actually had a good little start for Vancouver after that deal. And then, in terms of player trades for Treliving, as most of you know.
Did you count the Marner one, though?
Oh, hold on. I'm getting there.
The sign and trade. Okay.
I'm getting there.
Sorry. I thought that was the first one. No.
Then in October of 2024, he traded Timothy Liljegren to San Jose for Matt Benning, a 6th and a 3rd. I didn't hate that trade. Okay, that's a good trade. That's one good trade for Treliving. I'm going to mark it down. One good trade.
You're calling it good or mediocre or decent?
Good. I'm saying good.
All right.
Then, what's this deal? Fraser Minton, a 1st. Yeah, that's not good. Let's move on from that. Then he traded Connor Timmins and Connor Dewar to the Penguins for a 5th round pick.
Because you do a lot with those 5th rounders.
Yeah, 5th rounders make the NHL a lot. Then the Philly trade, a 1st rounder in Grebenkin for Scott Laughton, a 4th and a 6th. Yeah, that wasn't good. The 3rd rounder in 2027 for Michelli is becoming low-key the most egregious thing I've seen.
Stop.
Low-key. Michelli is trash. He's trash as a hockey.
Great at the end of a season.
How do you spend a top 3 pick on someone who's like a healthy scratch 30 times for the Mammoth? How do you do that? That's awful. What are you doing?
They were in a spot and needed bodies, man.
Apparently. And then, the Mitchell Marner for Nicholas Waugh. There was that. That's where Fried shamed them into making a trade in Vegas under threat of tampering. Traded Ryan Reeves to San Jose for Henry Thrun, excuse me. And then, the 4th rounder for Dakota Joshua. That didn't work out well. That was terrible. And then the trade deadline deals from this year. Not getting a 1st for Bobby McMahon. Not getting a 1st for Scott Laughton. Shockingly getting a 1st in 2027 for Nick Waugh.
But again, those are expiring.
Yeah, those are. I'm with you. They're expiring contracts.
I just don't think anybody should have reasonably thought he was getting 1st for those.
No, it's true. It's true.
Because again, they were expiring. Who would give you a 1st for that? Those guys aren't difference makers.
So so most of those deals are garbage. Yes. Right? We're in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do the signings?
Sure. Why not?
One of the first.
I'm sure those went much better.
Oh, get your popcorn ready on these.
I got my chips.
Brad Treliving signings. Yep. Oh, you got your chips. Open it up. Open it up. Bet you can't sign just one. He signed Pontus Holmberg to a 2-year deal at low money, but a 2-year deal. Not good. Then he gave 4 years to David Camp. Because why wouldn't you give 4 years to David Camp?
Of course, yeah.
At $2.4 million. Wow. And David Camp's the one who initiated getting out of here. He was the smartest one. Then Ryan Reeves got 3 years. Wow. 1.3 million.
Right?
That went well.
He actually helped Mitch get out of town, so why not?
True. Then he gave Max Domi the 1 year at $3 million. Marshall Rafai got 2 years at minimum. Tyler Bertuzzi was given 1 year at 5.5. That was the panic, right after free agency. So he gave 1 year to Tyler Bertuzzi. Signed Akiyama off the goaltending prospect for 3 years. Signed Ilya Samsonov for 1 year. Oh, the Samsonov year. $3.5 million. Signed Easton Cowan to an entry level. And then gave Austin Matthews the 4 years at 13.2. That one, actually, in hindsight, to not give Matthews full term on that, the Leafs lucked out a little bit, potentially. Because if Matthews isn't coming back...
Right. Well, now it's going to put them in a spot, though.
Well, that's a topic for another day. Simone Benoit, 1 year, minimum. William Nylander, 8 years, $11.5 million. Yep. He signed Bobby McMahon for 2 years at 1.3. He brought in McMahon and didn't flip him for a first, but he brought him in. He gave Simone Benoit a 3-year deal. Eh? Wow. 1.3. Going through here. Then here's my favorite. The Max Domi 4-year contract. $3.7 million. What are you doing? Brad, what are you doing?
With some no movement clause, right?
Anthony Stolarz is a free agent, 2-year deal. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 4-year deal. That actually doesn't look bad. Then we enter Chris Tanev territory. 6 years, 4.5. He is very banged up. Very banged up. And I don't know what's going to happen with Chris Tanev.
And everybody knew when he gave that contract out, it was ridiculous term.
Correct.
That he would not make it to the end of it. We thought maybe he'd make more than one full season out of it, but...
Yeah. Wacky Mink in the chat. OEL was a great pickup. Agree. John Gallagher, Domi contract, terrible. Agree. Joseph Wall, 3 years at 3.6. I still don't hate.
No.
I thought it was a little early, but the more I look at the rest of the roster and how badly it's been put together, Wall is the least of my concerns right now. I have to be honest. Then it was kind of a lot of low-level stuff. Remember Yanni Hakanpää at $1.4 million for 1 year?
I forgot about that name. I do. Now that you say it, I do remember it. I'm trying to forget.
How many games did Yanni Hakanpää play for the Toronto Maple Leafs? I got to check this out here. Yanni Hakanpää. Because they signed him. I can't even bring this up. They signed him and they wouldn't talk about him again. It was the strangest thing. Jake McCabe, 5-year deal. Jake McCabe was signed to a 5-year deal 2 years ago.
There's still hope on that one.
He's awful. He's awful. Don't even start with me on that.
Stop.
The John Tavares $4.3 million 4-year contract for a 34-year-old center is desperate city. Desperate city. Matthew Nyes at 7.7. Jury's still out. I'm not for or against that right now. Mitch Marner was technically a sign and trade, so he got his 8th year in Toronto. I will remind Leaf fans, the Leafs were so kind to Mitch Marner on the way out, they gave him the extra year on a re-signing. Don't forget that. And then there's some minor stuff here. Anthony Stolarz, 4 years at 3.7 out of nowhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the
Did we mention
Brad
OEL?
Treliving.
How do you bring in
Yeah,
OEL?
I did.
Oh,
OEL.
yeah, okay.
I mentioned OEL. OEL was one of his best.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. That's why I wanted to make sure
But
we mentioned it.
AC in the chat just made the statement of all statements. Every Leaf is overpaid. Even Tavares on the cut is overpaid.
Oh.
He's overpaid.
But you have to give him 4 years.
Every guy.
Well, the day's end says, I like Nyes. He tries. I like Benoit. He tries. Sorry. He tries.
That's the bar.
That's the bar. He tries.
There are some nights Benoit doesn't try. Yeah. I watch the games too. Don't give me that.
Sorry.
Okay, Gudas. I can't believe it's taking this long for Gudas.
I know.
What did you... Gudas didn't throw punches.
No.
So what was that last
Those
night?
guys talked about it. He just wanted to take his beating for what he did.
So that makes him a good guy now? Radko Gudas is scum. And someone should have went after his knee last night.
But I thought he wasn't dirty. He said he wasn't
dirty. No,
dirty.
He's the dirtiest player in the game.
No, but he said he wasn't. So why would you just take your lumps like that? That was very bizarre to me. And then he played 7 shifts, a whole not even 5 minutes, 4.5 or something.
But kept playing.
Yeah.
If he's actually hurt, so the Ducks want us to believe, if he's hurt and you're a first place team, you're thinking about the playoffs, once he has this fight early, just pull him from the game.
Yeah.
They kept playing him.
Well,
So
very
maybe he's
short
not hurt.
shifts. Again,
They're
7 shifts
short
at 4
shifts.
minutes.
He was never hurt. It was a lie. Why didn't anyone else on the ice to start the game fight a guy?
Yeah. That's what I wanted a whole line brawl.
Why not fight a guy?
Yeah.
You have not shut your mouth about this since March 12th. You have not shut up about defending yourself. And no one fights but Domi, and it's not even a fight. It's a speed bag. Gudas let him win the fight.
Which is almost worse.
It's like a dad wrestling with the 5-year-old kid. It's like, oh, you took me down.
No, here, give me my lumps.
At the end of the day, Gudas still won. Because if you want retribution on Gudas, it's not put him up. This is the honorable thing to do. Fight. Gudas doesn't fight. He goes after your knees and your livelihood. You have to do that to him or Seneca or Cutter Gauthier or anyone else. That's cooking with gas. Now that's retribution. I don't care if Peros is in the crowd. I don't care. You have run your mouth since March 12th. It can't be Domi just punching a guy who's not punching back.
It's weird.
It's a weird look.
It's more pathetic.
I thought the Leafs were pathetic last night.
Yeah.
I keep
can't.
I keep hearing about Domi's the only guy, and I'm glad Domi didn't speak to the media after, because he's already spoken enough. He's fine with it. Let these other stiffs speak to the media. Domi did enough. I don't want to rip on Domi. At least he went in there and
he
tried.
went out there and said he wanted. Kipper talked about this. Kipper is because of his seniority, he's I want to be the guy to do it, and he went out and do it. Didn't mean, to your point, it didn't mean none of the other guys couldn't fight.
Why couldn't anyone else on the
But
ice
it looked
fight?
like they tried to, and the Anaheim just didn't want any part of it. And then they can't gouge people into it. They can't pester them into it. Did you see even Stolarz tried to start with the other goal?
Stolarz wanted a piece.
He did.
100%.
And the Ducks are why should we? We don't need to.
100% he did.
The Ducks just laughed. They said, we don't need to. Why should we? Yeah, Stolarz even tried to start something. And come on. Pizzetta was out on one. He was trying to get into it. And the Ducks just said, you know what? You're not even worth it.
Well, Pizzetta eventually got thrown out for nothing.
Yeah.
That was a bad
Well, because he kept
off.
trying throughout the whole game to start something. But the Ducks just didn't want any part of it. And Ducks just kept walking away.
The Leafs didn't want any part of it.
No, but the Leafs let them have no part of it. If you want to, you can start something.
The Leafs went after their contractual bonuses not long after that. The Leafs minus Domi, Pizzetta, Cowan, McCabe, and Stolarz wanted no part of that last night. That team is so fractured, we have yet to begin to fully realize what has gone on in that room over the last 9 years. Do you know what bothers me the most? Carlo Tavares and let me go through this. Who got the penalties last night? Who got the penalties last night?
I had it open.
Because Brandon Carlo was on the ice for the Matthews incident, correct?
Yep. Oh, we know that.
How many penalties did Brandon Carlo have last night? Let me see. None. Stiff. He's a stiff. Boston knew exactly what they were doing getting rid of that guy, and Treliving got suckered into it. Boston knew exactly this guy's a nobody. Stiff. Morgan Riley was on the ice for the Austin Matthews incident.
Mm-hmm.
How many penalties did Morgan Riley take last night? And none. William Nylander. William Nylander was on the ice for the Austin Matthews incident. How many penalties did William Nylander take? Goaltender interference, 2 minutes. That's it.
And then backed away from it after.
And then backed away while
From the
Easton
scrum.
Cowan tried to help him out.
Easton Cowan had his back, and all the other players skated in, and he stayed on the outside.
William Nylander is a disgrace to this organization. And then
Cowan did try.
Yeah,
Some of the
at least
people in the
Cowan
chat-
tried. I'm going to
Dude,
leave
I'm
Cowan
loving
out
this
of it.
kid more and more. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
But
I think he gets it.
And let me see about John Tavares here. Let me see what penalties John Tavares, while he was looking for his contractual bonuses last night. John Tavares, no penalties for John Tavares last night. Shocking. What bothers me the most about yesterday, and it's not even Treliving, part of me understands why the Leafs did what they did with the announcement. They had to rush it. And Brad Treliving deserved to be fired.
Oh, yeah.
Have I said that yet? He 100% deserved to be fired. He is one of the nicer guys you will run into. This is Toronto and hockey. No one has a sense of humor about this hockey team in this city. Enough with the jokes, enough with the self-deprecation. Win or get the hell out. That's the mood in the city right now. No one has a sense of humor, nor should they. Means too much. But
he also didn't seem to come in with a plan, right? Like, because they were put in such a spot.
He was rushed. It was Shanahan's fault.
Again, the fact he only got 2.5. Tell me other GMs who only had 2.5 years to try and like.
No, but he screwed up a lot of
he
things.
He did.
Like, I'm sorry. There's some contracts
but he was
here.
Forced into a lot of it.
Was he forced to give Domi 4 years?
No.
Was he forced to give Tavares 4 years? Was he forced to give Stolarz 4 years out of nowhere? Yeah. There were moments he lost his mind negotiating these contracts, plus with no movements. Brad Treliving 100% deserved to be fired. But that's not what pissed me off the most yesterday. All the guys who were involved in that Matthews incident ran away yesterday like kids.
Well,
this team is so screwed. I can't even begin to explain it.
Once Domi said he'd do it, they all backed off.
Domi, Cowan, Pezzetta, McCabe, Stolarz looked like he wanted to get into it.
He did.
If Husso looked at him the wrong way, it was happening with Stolarz.
He tried that, but didn't you see when they were
I
crossing?
know.
Yeah.
Billy Husso wanted no part of it.
Yeah, none.
Everyone else on this team, anyone who mentioned anything about sticking up for each other, frauds. Everybody. You do not care. So do you want to hear from Nylander, Riley, and Tavares about how happy they were that other teammates stepped up and they didn't have to do it? Do you want to hear that?
Sure.
I have 3 clips ready to go. Audio and truth are a hell of a thing. Let's go to the great former captain, John Tavares of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who set the passivity tone for this organization years ago. This is John Tavares saying how great it was that someone else other than him stuck up for Austin Matthews.
To respond, wanted to respond, felt the importance of it, and a lot of guys stepped in that area. Obviously, guys that make that commitment to drop the gloves, and then the physical nature and just the emotion of the game that we needed to bring. So I thought that part was real good, and even getting down on our way to battle back, fight back, and then obviously giving up the lead and still just kind of battling hard. The bench got a little lighter as the second half game came around as well. So I thought everyone stepped up in a lot of areas, and good to respond the way we did.
Great. Very happy other people responded.
It was
Tavares.
really good.
Very happy other people responded. Also, Morgan Riley after the game talked about how he didn't have to do it.
Realized that Max would be the one to take on Gudas right now.
There were conversations over the last couple of days. That's all.
What does it say about Max that he was
a lot
to do that?
A lot. He's a character, human, and he's fearless and speaks to all that, and that's who he is.
Great character guy. I'm glad I didn't have to do it.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
And shout out to Max. I'm not the biggest Max Domi guy. At least he got in there. Just
because the guy says he'll do it doesn't mean you all have to say, okay, good. Yeah. We don't.
He got in there a couple times, actually.
Yeah, he did. Oh, no, he played with fire all night.
He got the aggressor and then was thrown out, but whatever. He got in there twice. Good on Max Domi. Finally, no one was more happy they didn't have to do anything than William Nylander. Here's a clip of Willie.
I thought we were good. I think it was a good, effort by the guys stepping up and, just showing up for Austin, so it was great, and it's nice to get a win.
What did you make of how Max kind of stepped up?
Yeah, it was awesome to see. He did a great job.
We have to keep calling it great and awesome. It's so awesome to see.
But literally, if someone in the room wanted to ask the question of Willie, what was it like to have someone else fight where you didn't have to do it? That guy would, with that ridiculous grin that he puts on, you know the one I'm talking about.
I do.
Would look at you.
He's always got it
with no shirt on and go, "Yeah, it was great. It was great that someone else had to do it. It was great that someone else had to do it." I hope Austin Matthews somewhere saw how some of the guys he's known the longest just didn't really feel that interested. But it's the media and the fans that are going to run Austin out of town.
Wally, the prof in the chat wants to disagree with you in the show. They didn't run away. They are entitled brats who thought Domi would take the brunt of responsibility on their behalf. Attitude tracks with their previous behavior.
Wow. Wally, nailed it. Moonshot to the wall from Wally. Okay, my part of me is done talking about how tough the Leafs think they are.
So is everybody else. Like in the chat, this team's always been soft. Like people know.
No, but I want to expose some people for who they really are.
Yeah.
And there are some guys on this team who give the nice guy vibe. They would not park on the side of the road for you if you're in a blizzard without a car. But they give you the nice guy vibe. And when Austin Matthews says, I don't want to be a part of this, you better look in that room.
There's good reason.
The media's tough. I'm not easy. There's a lot of people in this town who are very honest and are very connected. And the fans care. You just heard from 3 guys who have known Austin Matthews the longest who did not lift a finger last night except for their bonuses and wanted to get on the score sheet. That's it. That's it. Do not forget that. Do not forget that took place. Do not forget that happened. I guarantee Austin Matthews saw it. If he hasn't already made up his mind on the organization, there is no bigger fraud than the Toronto Maple Leafs when they talk about toughness, aside from 5 guys last night. That's it. I'll throw 6 with Barube. I do believe he cares about toughness. Yeah. Always has in his career. I do believe Barube. I'll give 6.
There's a gym incident telling you he does.
Yeah, that barbell did. We should have seen how the barbell looked after the fight. Last call on this one, Azo, before we move on. Anything?
For me?
Yeah.
No, I mean, the proof's all right there. You've said it. The chat said it. It was all right there. I didn't have to hear that clip from Willie because I saw what he did in the game. I saw him kind of try and run the goalie and hit him.
But it's not just Willie to me. It's like Willie's the easy target.
You're right.
There's some guys in that room that give you the smile and the respectful thing. Yeah, they don't give it down.
Yeah. I remember Morgan fought in that third period. Where was that?
Yeah. Real good guy. Real leaders.
I mean, I guess Barube forgot to remind them. They need to be reminded. It's the hockey IQ stuff, man.
I hope for his sake Barube is let go today. He doesn't have to be around this.
Yeah.
West Coast, middle of nowhere, San Jose is going to be 2 media people there. Fire him. It's a classic moment to relieve Barube of this stress.
Just wait till the end of the road trip.
Just do it. It's like when Sam Mitchell got fired in Denver years ago. Just do it. Do it. You're going to wait to come home and do it?
Maybe that's what Pelly's going to announce.
If the smartest thing Keith can do right now, clean slate, then you'd be surprised what comes out from under the rocks and is interested in the gig. You'd be surprised. And
I bet you they do it after the road trip.
I say do it now.
I say they do it after the road trip.
Why after?
Because then you have 3 days off and the coach can get acclimated before you play a game.
But everyone's back home.
I know.
I don't know.
But no, because they play Saturday and then they don't play again until Wednesday. So it gives the coach 3 days to work with these guys for 5 games left.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, in terms of
for 5 games left.
But again, work for what? You want to lose the damn games.
I know.
They're 4 points away from 5th bottom.
I know.
Like they can get if they just lose the next, what do they got? 7 games?
Oh, so now you like tanking, huh?
I'm team tank. That was the other part of last night. I've never in my life after a Leaf game on the West Coast in the regular season thrown my hands up and went to bed. I threw my hands up. I went, this is insanity. These clowns are trying to hit their 30-goal bonuses. They don't care about anything. And Barube still thinks he's in the bunker trying to get a playoff spot. There's no direction. By the way, Treliving was gone the day this show and others shamed them into sitting guys ahead of the deadline in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's when Treliving was gone.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
That's when he was gone. Because that made no sense.
How do you not do this? Because
that made no sense.
These guys had to tell you what to do. It's true. It's a good point.
Hey, hockey fans. This is not a drill. The McDonald's NHL Star Sticks are officially here. When you grab an NHL Star Sticks meal, you get one of 7 NHL Star Sticks collectibles featuring some of today's biggest hockey stars. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Macklin Celebrini, Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, Samuel Montembeault, Sam Reinhart. 7 stars, 7 collectibles. Start the collection, trade with your friends, rep your favorite player. And now, Azo, let's talk about the real hero. We're talking 3 juicy 100% Canadian beef patties in the Hockey Hero Burger, which is new at McDonald's and available for a limited time. And this thing is stacked. Shredded lettuce, crispy hickory smoked bacon, processed cheese, and Mayo-style sauce, all on a toasted home-style bun. One bite, and you'll understand why it earned hero status. So here's what to do. Head to McDonald's right now, grab the NHL Star Sticks meal, get your collectible stick, and taste the Hockey Hero Burger for yourself. Don't miss out, because this is for a limited time only. Also, your chances to get in on the signed hockey jerseys, signed McDonald's hockey jerseys for McDonald's Canada, for Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews. Deadline's today. So go onto the Sid Seixeiro Show social media accounts. Go back a little bit. We posted a whole video. You just have to leave a comment, say which prize pack you want. You might get it. But today's the last day to enter. Go to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by 6 social media accounts now for your chance to win. I feel like McDonald's all of a sudden, Azzo. Goodness gracious.
I know, me too. I was thinking that exactly. Oh, man.
Leaping Lanny. Oh, what is this? Leaping Lanny Poffo 141 writes, Sid, speed up your ad read. No, I think it was a good pace.
That was a good pace.
I think it was a fine pace, actually.
No, you're fine.
No,
you're
I
fine.
think producer Azzo.
Yes.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
There
You're
you go.
good. Well done.
Azzo was a producer for a long time. I will divert to Azzo. I consider Azzo now an on-air personality, not a producer anymore.
Both. Come on.
You're both.
Double my pay.
Man, did we all think Cody Ponce tore his Achilles last night, right?
Oh.
Like we all went down the same road.
Yeah.
Which is why we were all rather thankful the Jays and Hazel May on the broadcast came out with a report that said it was knee discomfort. We were like, oh, thank God. Thank God it's just that. But the Toronto Blue Jays had arguably the worst fourth game of the season I've ever seen last night. They're 3-1 on the year. Jays are back at it tonight. God, I miss a Jay game every other day. I forgot how much I missed that.
Yeah.
Jays and Max Scherzer taking on Ryan Feltner and the Colorado Rockies.
Let's go, Mad Max. Hope he's playing the piano, getting ready.
Oh, I hope he's got the Alicia Keys thumbs. No, yeah. Max Scherzer now is like your most important player. He can't get hurt. Max Scherzer cannot get hurt right now at 41 years of age.
Nobody can get hurt. Like
nobody can get hurt.
They couldn't afford Cody Ponce to get hurt.
But that was rough to see. Like Cody Ponce, I know Shulman and Siddle and everyone, they've gone through the story a million times. It's worth repeating. He's been trying to get back into Major League Baseball since 2021. Like when you travel to Japan and you are not Japanese and you go and you play in Korea and you're not Korean, you love the game, man. Like you are trying to find your way back to the majors. You are trying to prolong this. You are trying to find it. And last year in Korea,
all you hope for is a second chance.
You hope for a second chance. And Cody Ponce goes 17-1. He's a Korean League MVP last year.
MVP.
Got his second chance. The Toronto Blue Jays signed him. He's a big man. He's 6'6", 250, something like that. The Jays bring him in. He looked great in spring training. He looked solid to start the game. And in the third inning, after falling off the mound initially,
which was a weird series of events. I did want to bring that up. It's so true.
But that was his right leg that got kind of messed up on.
I think his cleat just got caught. It was his front leg, his landing leg.
One didn't have to do with the other, right? John Schneider, to his credit, said, "I'm going to have nightmares afterwards."
It was just a weird series of events, like sequence of events, I should say, where one happened and 2 pitches later that happened. Well, he kind of misplayed the ball. He went to step around it, and you could see his leg just twist up.
That was tough to see.
It was very.
But
But see, then I always gauge it. Like he had the hat over his head, and like he looked like he was in a lot of pain. Sorry, I got a picture of it. Like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, just for the listening audience, it's Cody Ponce in a lot of pain to go do exactly what Azzo said.
But like it twisted, and then when he pulled his hat down, and I thought he was like going to be in tears, but then he lifted it up. Like that's not a good sign.
Listen, again, as someone who's like a lot of you have watched NBA players over the last year have to deal with a lot of things. I did not have a good feeling watching that from Cody Ponce. Now, he may still be jacked up. We have not gotten any further word. We'll probably hear from John Schneider and batting practice and hopefully get an update then.
Pre-game tonight.
Pre-game. But this now puts the Jays in a rather interesting starting pitching spot, as we know. So right now not available, Trey Savage. Right now not available, Jose Barrios. Who else is missing?
Shane
Bieber, obviously, with the
and none
the
of them
arm
are
issues.
close.
None of them are close. So I just want to throw. So I went down and looked at the Bisons.
I did the same thing.
No. So Blue Jay fans, I want you to get used to some names that might get an opportunity up here and who have thrown a little bit down there, like not much, like most 3 innings.
Yeah, that's all they're doing.
But get used to Chad Dallas, who has 5 strikeouts and 1 earned run over 3 innings. Get used to Devereaux Harrison, who has only 1 earned run allowed over 3 innings with the Bisons this early season. Get used to Austin Voth, VOTH, who's thrown 3 innings and has been okay. You don't have to get used to Grant Rogers. He's given up 6 runs over 2 and a third.
But he started their first game, dude.
Yeah, he got.
He's got to be the guy, right?
He
Whoever
has been
started
hit
the
up.
opening game for Buffalo, he's the next guy up.
I don't know.
And then
if
I
he's the
saw
next
that
guy.
stat line. I'm like,
Do you think he's the next guy?
God.
I don't
No.
know if he's the next guy.
No, he had a rough, but he started the opening day for the Bison. So I'm like, wouldn't that mean he's next? But yeah, Chad Dallas had a great line. I mean, he's 25. Austin Voigt, when you said he's older, he's 33. So, but
Adam Mako or Mako? How do you pronounce that? Adam
Mako.
Mako? Because someone in the chat, forgive me.
But he's a reliever, right?
Slosh Hogger in the chat. No, he is. But I don't know. Maybe it's a reliever day. Maybe you do that. No, but
you can't be doing openers.
But there's also, I believe, they still have off days coming up.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And Ponce's next day in the rotation wasn't scheduled for with the off days, I believe, April the 8th. So they do have some leeway here with Ponce. Look, end of the day, hopefully Cody Ponce is in a decent spot. Nobody wants to see him down. Nobody wants that looked really scary last night.
Very.
But the starting pitching injuries, coupled with some dicey bullpen performances, and the fact that the offense hasn't exactly been lighting it up. Now it's game 4 in the offense.
Yeah,
I trust the
for sure.
offense.
No,
I'm not going to get into the offense.
Pitchers always hold the advantage too at the start of the season, right?
No, it's true. But how concerned are you of the starting pitching and how this what was thought to be a real strong point entering training camp and spring training?
Yeah.
What is this doing for your psyche now for the Toronto Blue Jays as they sit 3-1 entering the Max Scherzer start time? Max Scherzer has become a valuable, important commodity for this team. And I don't like 41-year-olds being that important to me.
Well, they all
I have to be honest.
Because you need all these guys now to start going 6-7 every night.
You do, but at 41, anything can happen.
No, agreed.
I don't like that. I don't like leaning on a guy that old. I don't like leaning on a guy who could be hanging by a thread.
It's Max Scherzer. It's not Max. Yes, who plays the piano.
Titanium thumbs. I forgot. He's Max Scherzer.
Man.
Titanium
He's different.
thumbs.
He's a Hall of Famer. I have faith in Max. It really concerns me that now we're going back to where we were last year and putting an extra strain on this bullpen and using guys where you didn't need to. And making him pitch double innings, multiple innings, and maybe needing a starter or an opener for a game now, early in the season. It's going to put a strain on all of them.
He will. Slosh Hogger in the chat. He will rise to the occasion. Mad Max, demon time. He has the juice. Trust. Yeah, remember his first start last year, though? Yeah. Wasn't great.
Yeah, but he looked so great in spring training, just like Brandon Little looked great in spring training.
Oh, Brandon Little.
I fell for it.
By the way, can I say something before we get into this bullpen discussion?
Why, is it too early to talk about the bullpen?
I want to
don't be a Richard.
I want to explain to Blue Jay fans why I'm paranoid about the bullpen and why Azzo, I don't think Azzo, are you as paranoid as I am about the bullpen? Because I'm
don't
paranoid
like it.
about
It's important. You got to win
important.
games. So you go, I'm going to eat.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
No, sorry, I meant go eat. You're right. I agree. Anytime you want a chip, have a chip. Because people are freaking out online when we put out any video about the Jays, period, but especially about the bullpen. So I want to address this.
Third game.
But it's not only the third game.
I know.
I'm going to say this as slowly and succinctly as possible so everyone understands where I'm coming from. By the way, and shout out Richard Deitch, who was pretty funny yesterday online, telling us to relax. I like Richard. He breaks my balls online, but I like Richard
all the time. He's been giving it, because he's down there now a lot, and now he's been giving us a hard time for some of our Jays takes.
But you want to hear a true story? And forgive me, Richard, if you don't like me telling this. When I got let go from Rogers, he sent me the nicest note.
He said the same thing too about a tweet. He's
very kind note.
When I first got to SportsCenter, he said you were really good to him, and he'll always remember that. That's how he judges you.
I have a lot of time for Richard Deitch.
Yeah.
The only reason the Blue Jays did not win the World Series last year is because of the bullpen.
Preach.
And I'm not saying one guy. I'm saying the lack of trust in other guys led to some bad decisions. Do you know in Game 7 of the World Series, would you agree, and could we all agree that Game 7 of the World Series was, how do you say, an important game? I think we all agree on that. John Schneider, because he didn't trust the rest of his bullpen, brought out Treyu Savage and Shane Bieber. Home run. Jeff Hoffman, 1-run game, home run. my question to you is, if you're not paranoid about the bullpen, why? Why aren't you? You would be World Series champions if someone got an out. Anybody. When they needed it. World Series champions. The Jays managed to hit their way around the Brandon Little from last season, who was a disaster in the postseason. And you got to a Game 7. That's why I'm paranoid about the bullpen. The bullpen has scarred me. The Jays in 92 and 93, you know what they had? They had a lot of things. Also had the highest payroll in baseball. But they had a bullpen. A sick one. And the laissez-faire attitude I see online about the Jays, oh, they're fine, they're 3-0. Okay. I have a memory, and I'm not apologizing for it. My question is, why don't you? Why don't you have a memory about the bullpen? Why didn't Ross? Like, I'm genuinely asking. The only reason you're not a World Series champion today from last season is the bullpen. Why aren't you more worried about it? Why are you cool with seeing the same story over and over again from the same guys? Just ask yourself that. That's a you issue. That's not a me issue. I know full well why they're not World Series champions. Why aren't you more wound up about it? Because it's free bobblehead night and you're excited. I get it. You get distracted by stuff. This is something you got to think about. Brandon Little cannot be in this bullpen anymore. Like, Brandon Little was a disaster against Seattle. He did not help you in the 18-inning game against the Dodgers. And through 2 starts, Tyler Heineman is a better relief pitcher than Brandon Little. Tyler Heineman, who went out there last night and once again saved the Jays' ass. Now, I'll give the Jays a pass here because Cody Ponce obviously got hurt. And so you got to go to your bullpen, and it's tough for Schneider. It's tough for Schneider for sure. But Tyler Heineman threw 2 innings and gave up 7 hits and 5 earned runs. Brendan Little gave up 4 earned runs in 2 1/3. Tyler Heineman, is a better pitcher. He's a better pitcher. No. Brendan Little cannot be on this team right now. That's not to say he comes back and he's good and this and
dude,
that.
Come on. He put the work in the That's why I feel awful for Brendan Little.
Yes.
He can't be on this. I don't even know if he can be on this team or in this. He needs a fresh start somewhere because it's obviously in his head. Everybody was bragging
100%.
about him in spring training.
100%.
He put in the work. He's hitting 98. He's up there. He's in his head when he gets on the mound for this major league team during the season. He is. So he might just need a change of scenery. Like I said, being a reliever sometimes can mess with your head like nothing else.
So obviously you do have to send him down.
Yes. You have to do something.
There's no other option. Okay. So we're in agreement.
Yeah. Well, he needs to restart. He needs something to reset him because. Yes. Yeah. But I'd hope so. I wanted to see him come back. Obviously, these guys are human. He put in the work in the offseason, came to spring looking great. Everybody was bragging about him. Wasn't he one of John Schneider's MVPs? How do you think he feels? He had faith in him.
No, I agree with it.
And there were times last year during the regular season he was really good.
Justin in the chat, Little currently has a 47.25 ERA.
It's true. I heard Blair mention that on
That's bad.
Jay's talk last night.
That's bad. And Jay Caro, Alek Manoah, better pitcher right now.
And what you didn't mention is Bassett bailed him out in the World Series last year too by having to pitch innings. There were multiple guys in there he didn't trust, and he'd rather move a starter to the bullpen.
Correct.
That's why they were on the roster, and he got them through. Osman came out of the bullpen. They had to go anywhere they could because they had no arms in the bullpen.
Correct. Generally, listen.
And we're going to run it back? Really, guys?
The one thing, Little at times can get a bunch of guys out, but the walks are outrageous. And then couple the homers now with it.
That's what tells you it's all in his head.
It's just kind of I understand why the Jays are team Brendan Little. I get it.
Did he strike out the first guy last, or was that the first?
I do not remember.
But then it just spirals and it snowballs, and that's why I'm saying it's his head, man. I think he really needs a change of scenery.
In the chat, they're calling for a Vladdy home run today. Seems like a good time.
Well, that's the other thing. Right now, people are like, "What's wrong with Barger? Why isn't he hitting?" You're going to give us from the bullpen when pitchers are supposed to have the advantage, and they got to come out for 1 inning, and you're going to start picking on Barger and all this stuff. Come on, guys.
He just needs a break. I'm all for Brendan Little coming back later in the year. Yeah. Like his ERA last year in the regular season was 3.03. Like it wasn't always like this.
No, he was good he was really good for them at times.
He appeared 79 times for them in the regular season.
They needed him in the regular season.
I get where this is coming
That's
from.
what I'm saying. He's not a bad pitcher. You can't say Heineman's better than him. Like right now, he's just in his head.
It's pretty funny though that Heineman's ERA is better than.
Well, he's just trying to throw strikes and letting the guy tee off. Like, gave up like 10 earned runs, didn't he, yesterday?
No, it's true. But just Heineman, I do want to give more love to Tyler Heineman because I do know also he will be out there doing the same thing, cleaning up, because there are going to be days where just the Jays pull relievers way too quickly.
Oh, they have to be losing by 8 runs, right?
Is that the rule right now?
And that's what they said on the broadcast last night, which I wasn't quite aware of. But yeah, apparently you got to be losing by, I believe, 8 runs to have a position player pitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or is it more?
I like that.
Pretty
rule.
Sure it's 8.
Position.
Just bring in the mercy rule. Did you want to keep watching that last night?
No, I thought of that for a half a second, the mercy rule. And now I'm like, no, it's professional baseball. Like have managers be responsible and do their thing. Like I completely disagree.
Mm-hmm.
As of the 2023 season, MLB restricts position players from pitching unless the game is in extra innings, their team is leading by at least 10 in the 9th, or trailing by 8 or more at any point. Right. It is the any point. Correct.
Yeah, they said 8 last night, which I didn't even know that until Dan kept saying it. Dan and Joe.
Railside in the chat, Santander. We got an update coming on Santander just momentarily.
Yeah, we're talking about the pitching, right?
We're talking about the pitching.
But again, like they were good in starting pitching until they're not.
Yes.
One injury. All of a sudden now one injury and we're scrambling to find who that guy's going to be without putting more stress on the bullpen. That's why I'm worried about the bullpen. One starter goes down and now you're going to have openers, or you're going to rely on these guys for more innings.
I just hate days like this. And listen, big picture, Colorado got swept in the first game of the season, lost 119 games last year. Not good enough last night. That's not good enough last night from the hitting.
It just spiraled, right?
But all around. Hitting, pitching. I understand Cody Ponce got hurt.
Yeah, I think
that team sucks. I don't want to hear it. Colorado sucks. That's a scoreline that embarrasses you all around Major League Baseball.
Sure.
It's one game out of 162.
But you saw Ernie make errors that aren't normal of them. Like they just kind of, I don't know if that might be how much of a team this team is. Maybe. And when an injury like that just takes them all out of their head. Because that wasn't Ernie playing second last night.
John Gallagher.
We were bragging about how we loved watching him play middle of the infield, and then he made a couple errors.
Off night for Ernie.
Yeah.
I give Ernie Clement a lot of grace.
Oh, you should. Everybody should.
John Gallagher in the chat. Okamoto looks good.
I think everybody who was undefeated lost last night. No, I don't think there's any more undefeated teams in MLB.
Quick look.
There's only one team that hasn't won yet.
It'll make me feel better if that's the case.
I believe it is.
Yeah, the Yankees are no longer undefeated.
The Dodgers too, I believe.
There is no undefeateds left in Major League Baseball. Yep.
So, I mean, it happens, right? Like I said, you're going to drop one. I thought it would have been with and Colorado just started teeing off. It's like they remember that series that was last year. Remember when the Jays went there and they set all these offensive milestones and records? Man, it was like they were getting their revenge on it. I almost tweeted that out last night.
That's true.
Like, man, they got that in their mind. Hey, they got a couple young studs, though.
They do.
But again, you shouldn't get.
They're a bad team.
You shouldn't lose.
Sorry. Like, I don't know if they're going to be 119 losses bad again, but I don't want it. They come in here with no confidence. No confidence. But like, were you, the last thing before we move on here and do a bit of soccer is, were you a little surprised at how distraught some of the fans were last night on a Monday night in March? Like I was
for us, we can't talk about the bullpen, but guys can boo Brandon Little.
Oh, that's true. We got booed hard last night. I forgot about that. Deservedly, yes. Deservedly so.
Yeah, have a higher standard. I'm okay with it. Again, you paid, but and we're getting in trouble for just bringing some of the bullpen stuff up. Like, come on.
Yes.
Why is it not too early? If you want to be this, you remember this team actually almost tied for the division, right? They had the tiebreaker.
Yes.
Like every game is going to count. So if you want to get back there in a tough division, I'm okay doing it.
All right. Jays are 3-1. Max Scherzer, please, Max, play all the piano in the world. Stay healthy. And if you want to throw 5 good innings against the Rockies,
6. He's going 6.
Like I said, 6 good innings
Schneider
against the Rockies.
will come out at 5 and he'll send them right back and say, I got this and the next inning. Should we mention tomorrow, 1:00 game?
Oh, you know what? Let's have a quick conversation with the chat.
Yeah.
And if anyone has feedback on this listening on pod, please let us know. Azo and I are contemplating a quick 1-hour show tomorrow which will basically be whatever Pelly says today, Jays, and did Italy get into the World Cup? Canada plays. Yeah, Canada plays Tunisia. You're correct. Yeah. That's basically going to be the show tomorrow. So we're planning on getting off air at 1 because the Jays play at 1 Eastern tomorrow. Is everyone good with that? I'm just throwing this out. Because as at some point in the summer, we're going to wind down, maybe do an hour.
And then we'll do a show on Good Friday for you.
Yeah, we'll be in here on Good Friday. We're going to do a show. Okay, everyone's in on 1 hour. All right.
Nice.
Oh, I'm shocked. Okay, we're good. 1 hour show, and then everyone watches the Jays. And then
we're not doing a 1 hour.
And then on Thursday, we talk about.
That's what I was scared of. Watch the Jays game with us.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say watch party for the.
It's too early. It's too early. It's too early.
If the Rockies are about to sweep the Jays, watch party.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
No, I'm kidding. No, we got some watch parties coming your way.
Yes, we will. We'll have some announcements.
We're probably going to watch party the draft lottery to see if the Leafs get the top 5.
100%.
It's not going to be a long one, but we'll be here. We will be here.
Shouldn't they have to give up the pick if they're not in the top 5, like odds?
No, the lottery's a lottery. If you get in the top 5.
Yes, man.
If you get in the top 5.
Bettman's going to fix that for them.
All right. So everyone's cool with watching. This went way better than I thought.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees. All right.
Somebody's saying only if we get a Santander update today.
We'll see. I didn't bet that you guys would feel the same way, but that's good. Speaking of betting, puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. Azzo, we got some soccer on the schedule today. Woo! We have 6 games, 4 in Europe, 2 in Mexico. Head-to-head, single elimination, winner goes to the World Cup, loser drowns in their own tears. I am making the argument to you, the 6 games on the schedule today in terms of World Cup playoff qualification games, these games today will be more dramatic than some of the games you see at the World Cup. There will be more on the line. Yeah. This is insane how they have structured this, and I love it every time they do it. Anyone who rips this playoff format in Europe and in the intercontinental playoffs in Mexico, you're crazy. I don't know if you heard at 2:45, Italy have a big game in Bosnia.
Oh, yeah?
Winner goes to the World Cup, not just the World Cup, winner goes to Canada's group. Italy are trying to advance to the World Cup for the first time since Brazil in 2014, the World Cup where Luis Suarez bit Chiellini. That's the last time we saw Italy in a World Cup. Bosnia are going to be home, and they've limited seats in that stadium to 8,800. It usually holds 15,000. For security reasons, only 8,000 people will be in Bosnia watching that game. It is a cold, rainy, kind of foggy night. It's going to be a scene. Telelatino has the game here in Canada, 2:45 Eastern. If you're a DAZN freak, you know exactly where to find that. Italy are trying to advance to the World Cup for the first time in 12 years. I think they have a really good 90 minutes. I think they put this curse to bed. And they do it in 90 minutes. I think Italy are going to be in Canada's group and open up the World Cup for Canada June the 12th at BMO. Oh, my God. What a scene that's going to be.
What a scene.
Elsewhere in Europe, I think the best team in the playoffs right now in Europe is Denmark. And they are in Czechia. Again, winner goes to the World Cup, loser goes home. Denmark, I am a little surprised Denmark are in this spot considering how good they are. They've averaged 20 shot attempts per game in this qualifying, and they've had 65% possession on average in this qualifying. I'm a little surprised they're here. I don't think extra time will be needed for Denmark, and they're on the road. So I think Denmark, without the benefit of extra time, will advance to the World Cup. Finally, in what could be the story of the day, Kosovo. Kosovo are hosting Turkey in another playoff for the World Cup. Kosovo just became a FIFA and UEFA nation in 2016. They have never qualified for a European Championship. They have never qualified for a World Cup. They have never been to a major men's tournament. Today, that tiny nation are facing a pretty good team in Turkey, but a team in Turkey who might be rather overconfident going into the game. Turkey on paper should win this no problem. I saw Kosovo play Slovakia last Thursday, on the road, and they were very good. Very good. I think you'll need more than 90 minutes, but I think Kosovo will qualify. I'm calling for Kosovo to pull off the upset of the day and get to a major men's tournament for the first time in that nation's short UEFA history.
Wow.
So I'm leaning that direction. I know that's risky, Azo, but once in a while, these small nations, they surprise you.
Yeah.
They surprise you, and they
I'd love to see it. You love seeing a country qualify for the first time. That would be amazing.
All the scenes in that.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be incredible.
Right?
So
some people are blaming you. They think you cursed Italy now, proclaiming them to win.
What did I say?
Huh?
Oh, I said they'd win.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
The Sid Seixeiro curse.
I understand people are
R.I.P.
nervous about Italy. Do we I want to read you the cover of Gazzetta dello Sport again.
Oh, really?
Because I do like going into Italy and,
of course,
and any
what the mood
specific
is.
country.
Yeah.
And letting you know.
You got to know what the mood is there for the game. That'll tell you everything.
So basically, it's just there's no kids 10 and under that have never seen Italy in a World Cup on the cover. They didn't do that again.
Do it for the kids.
That was a hell of a cover.
No, it really was.
But it is basically just the Italian jersey. It's a picture of the 11 who played against Northern Ireland, and it's just a phrase "Vale un mondo," which loosely translates into "It's worth the world." And no gimmicks on the cover for Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy today. It's just get it done. Listen, I've had a lot to say about Italian soccer over the last month and a bit on this show. Just a little bit.
You did? You had something to say?
And again, Canadian soccer fans have full investment in this because this is game one for Canada, Bosnia or Italy, Bosnia-Herzegovina or Italy on June
for us
12th.
Here in Toronto.
But I fully expect Italy to win this game today. But
DB in the chat says, can Tyler Heineman come in and play goalkeeper for Italy?
Yeah, Donnarumma did not look great the other day. DB with a solid point. DB with a solid point. Tyler Heineman comes in as a sub for Gennaro Gattuso. If Italy don't do this today,
oh boy,
we
might go more than an hour.
I am coming on air tomorrow with a purpose because I've had a lot of junk thrown at me, and I have a lot of respect for Italian
I can
soccer.
vouch for you. You have.
I've had a lot of junk thrown at me,
and you know a lot about it. I'll give you that.
I am coming after people's knees on air tomorrow if they choke this away.
Leave
this is a
people
choke.
alone. Why are you?
Wales are the better team. Wales last week
coughed it.
They choked on it at home.
Yeah.
Choked on
They
it.
coughed it up.
Wales were preparing to play at the Millennium Stadium in front of 80,000 in Cardiff against Italy. Italy celebrated when Bosnia won.
Well, they were leading in even like the 86th.
It was
minute
late.
Or something?
Bosnia scored late.
Yeah.
To tie it up, and then they won in a shootout. Italy better win this game. But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the last questions, and the chat.
No, I'm not Italian.
And I know you're
I'm
not. I know you're not. If you're a Canadian soccer fan right now, in your private moments, do you want the spectacle of Italy and Canada on June the 12th, or do you want a team you can beat in Bosnia on June the 12th at BMO? What do you want?
That is tough.
What do you want? Because I'm really struggling with
Yeah,
this.
so am I. That is it. That's a very tough question. I think the
Chad,
spectacle would be.
What do you want?
How much faith do you have in Canada right now, anyway? But I think they could give. Yeah, either a game. Could it be a game either way?
Kale in the chat, Bosnia. There's some Bosnia support here.
Yeah.
Could be worse in the chat wants us to do a Keith Pelly press conference watch party. That's not happening.
Yeah, talking in 2 minutes, man.
That's not happening. Part of me, as tough a game as that might be for Canada, and Canada play Tunisia at BMO tonight.
I never like ducking anybody though. Like bring Italy on.
I think Italy's winning this game. My thing tonight with Canada at BMO. Do you think Canada looks different if Italy gets locked into the spot this afternoon? Because Canada will know by the time they kick off. Sure. They're kicking off around 7:30 at BMO against Tunisia. By the way, Tunisia.
Can they afford to do that though?
Tunisia's been in the last 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
Like they're not a nothing team.
But Canada has to get themselves right. Like I understand what you're saying based on the opponent, but Canada, they have a lot of internal things they got to work out right now.
Oh, yes, they do.
So like I don't think it should matter who your opponent is, who you put out there. Like you got some stuff to work out right now.
Forgive me. Tunisia also qualified for this World Cup. Yeah. Tunisia's qualified for the last 3 World Cups. They're a real team. I just wonder how Canada looks tonight when Italy gets in there, because then
But I think Canada's been doing that for
mindset.
too long. Like, you just got to play your game. Know what your strengths are. Figure some things out.
I guess you're right.
Know who your lineup is and go out there and do it. Like,
Yep.
that's why. You know what? Bring on Italy. Let's go.
Bring on Italy?
Yeah.
I think at the end of the
Either
day,
way, it's going to be crazy, to be honest.
At the end of the day, I'm with you.
I think it's a spectacle either way.
It is.
Bosnia's going to have their supporters too.
Italy turns it into a circus.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Mhm.
Italy's a 4-time World Cup champion, man. Do you know the scene that's going to be happening down in Liberty Village in downtown Toronto if that happens? Oh my God. That's going to be one of the wildest sports moments in the city's history. That's going to be one of the hottest tickets in the city's history.
Without a doubt.
Good luck getting into that. My goodness.
John Gallagher in the chat telling me, be careful what you wish for, because Italy's the 12th ranked team in the rankings. That would be the highest ranked team in the group.
Guys, the FIFA rankings. John, thank you for bringing that up.
I figured you'd go.
New rule on this show. Let other shows reference the rankings who don't know soccer.
Love it.
I know soccer. Those rankings do not take into account knockout round games and tournaments. Did you know that? It's true. The other reason why you shouldn't pay attention is the United States are ranked 15th in the world, and they're garbage. Do not bring up, again, the FIFA rankings, because they are worthless, and they are put together by people who don't know the sport in any which way. Just don't do it. Do yourself a favor. Don't do it.
FIFA is corrupt? What? Anyway. All right, let's go.
Well, the rankings are okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Got to go to Keith.
Let's hear what Keith's saying.
Our apologies. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time.
Keith's talking. We got to go.
On behalf of Jeff Azzopardi and everyone here at Sick Media, I'm Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.